Boy, are we in for a treat now. We've got snow-covered outcrops. The sun is in our face because it's to the south. It's wintertime, so it really is the absolute worst time to look at this outcrop. Aren't you glad I'm here? I'm going to try to zoom in on it. It's the Ridge Sandstone, and it's a classic incised valley sitting on top of and within a sequence boundary of Campanian age. So we've got Campanian shoreface below and Campanian fluvial deposits above. Trust me, it's there. Let me zoom in and see if I can convince you. So here's the zoomed in view of the outcrop right in front of us. Normally you can follow it a lot further across, but you know, I'm really smart. So I came out here in February after a snowstorm. You know, it obscures a lot of what I was going to try to show you, so I'm going to have to come back and shoot this again some other time. But you can look and see that kind of whitish, it's not the snow, mind you, the light colored sand. That's the shoreface, upper shoreface deposits of the Allen Ridge Formation. And it's chock full of hummocky and swaley cross stratification. There's a lot of ophiomorpha, our friend the marine and brackish water shrimp, kaolin acid shrimp. Then you see that really sharp line, and on top of it, the rocks that are peeking out between the snow patches are dark gray. And those are fluvial lateral accretion bodies of the Ridge Sandstone itself. And we're basically looking south, which is down the axis of the valley. The valley itself extends from east to west, and its walls are somewhere out there to the east, and then somewhere down the other way to the west, and it's trending to the south. So it's being sourced from the Granite Mountains to the north of us. And you've probably at least heard of the Ridge Sandstone. It was a major player in the early 90s in the discussions of allo versus autocyclicity and sequence stratigraphy. Martinson et al. Did a really nice paper on it in '93 that summarized the local and regional stratigraphy and paleogeography at the time of deposition. So I'm going to switch back now and do a little whiteboard show and tell in front of the outcrop. Okay, this might actually work. On my whiteboard here, just right next to my head, there's a rough approximation of what we see on the outcrop back there. There's the lower, lighter colored shoreface material, which is very fine and fine-grained, hummocky, swaley, ophiomorpha, burrowed sandstone. That's the upper shoreface, middle of the upper shoreface of the Allen Ridge Formation. There's maybe even some trough crossbedding in there is why I'm calling it upper, but let's call it middle just to be safe. The upper part of the diagram is the fluvial Ridge Sandstone, and the dark material I've kind of hashed in there, there's some coal. There's actually some coal flaps in there. Paul Heller had done some, at least preliminary work on those coals and thought they were maybe remobilized from peat bogs. They weren't accumulated in the channel, they were actually rafted and transported, which is kind of interesting. There's a whole range of topics we could talk about with that. Off to the other side of the board is rough paleogeography showing time 1 and time 2 of the shorelines here. And the Granite Mountains, like I mentioned, are up to the north of us. They were the source of the fluvial system that was forming this Ridge incised valley. And Keith Miner and co-authors, I'm one of them, we just published a paper in the Tidal Straits volume that just came out in the Geological Society. And if you're interested, you can find some really detailed diagrams. Keith did a really great job with those. So you can definitely find some more background. There's a lot of information on this system. It's a really popular one. And again, it's the worst possible day to visit, so that's why we're here. I'll come back when it's nicer weather, and maybe we'll even climb around the rocks. So, hey, you know, you do what you can, you get out when you can. At least I'm not behind a computer screen. Sorry if you are. Better luck next time to both of us. All right, thanks for watching.